Hi there, Roger Fredenberg. Welcome to our daily news alert. Don't forget the radio show at gcnlive.com. And if you need advertising, go to our hohumproductions.com website. Here's the news alert for the day. This ongoing battle out in Indianapolis, Indiana. The who's who, as they say, of central Indiana corporate leaders calling on Governor Mike Pence and his legislative leadership folks to reform a newly passed Religious Freedom Restoration Act so that it cannot be used to justify discrimination. This one-page letter was released Monday afternoon after being hand-delivered to Pence, House Speaker Brian Bosma, the Senate President David Long, all of them Republicans. The 9 CEO signatories, who had some of the state's largest employers, including EI, Lilly and Company, Anthem Incorporated, Indiana University Health, blah, 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 blah. All these folks are out there whining and snilling and complaining about the right of Christian people or religious people to reject and be repulsed by filth and by immorality and by fornication and by sodomy and the things that our religion of Christianity and other religions teach is immoral and wrong and unnatural and perverse. And that we're, in the Bible's case, it's taught that it's an abomination. And they're literally, it's like forcible rape. That's what this is about. It's like forcibly raping the minds of Christians and other religious peoples, telling them that their religious freedom no longer is relevant in America. Somehow, suddenly, the 9 CEOs and all these people out here who are pro-gay marriage and pro-sodomites, suddenly they're all enamored about how they need to find ways to bash Christians and beat. Look, listen to me. It's discrimination when you force your sexually depraved degeneracy on people who try to live a moral life. The depravity, the immorality, the discrimination is against Christians. It is anti-Christian bigotry. It is the worst, nastiest, filthiest attack on God's people in the history of the world. Maybe excepting Adolf Hitler's attack on the Jews. I guess we have to hold that out as a special example. For obvious reasons, genocide is a pretty powerful thing. But come on here, people. The whole point of the Christian walk, or religious people, Judeo-Christian folks, most religions teach that homosexual behavior is a filthy abomination. And when you put into the context of the public health hazard as it relates to contact with human feces and all of these weird bacteria, just because the medical community is terrified of the homosexual lobby, and they are. The medical community is terrified to come out and say MRSA and all of these drug-resistant bacteria were formed in the feces, blood, semen, feces relationships of homosexual males, and primarily a result of a developing controversy within the homosexual community about the drug cocktails. The drug cocktails that are used to keep people alive from AIDS are causing these resistant mutant strains of bacteria that are now killing 30,000 innocent people a year. Folks, listen to me. You have to stand up to this gay rights lobby. You have to stand up to this whole sodomy is good panel. You have to explain to them, we don't go down to the local waste treatment plant and swim in the settling ponds filled with human sewage. We don't do that because it's dangerous, because the pathogens that are involved can kill you or make you really, really sick. God didn't hate gay people. God was trying to keep people safe. So he explained why you don't want to engage in these behaviors, because the wages of sin is death. It's not that God's going to kill you for being a sinner. It's because there are reasons why God said don't do these things, and they should be obvious in this modern age, in the age of the medical science that we have and all of the technology. I mean, we do now have microscopes and technology. We can see these pathogens. We can identify them. We know what they do. We know how they make people sick. A lot of innocent people are sick. And more importantly, based on sexual deviance and immorality and sexually transmitted disease, worldwide, more than 35 million people, 35 million, add them up. People complain about all the folks that Hitler killed. I want you to add this up. HIV, AIDS, sexual promiscuity, sexual deviance, fornication, sodomy, has killed 35 plus million people. It's time to stop. It is time to knock it off. It is time to get real, to get serious, to pay attention. You cannot continue this sickness. It's got to stop now. And somebody has to say it. Somebody has to tell the truth. And so I'm here to do that. I'm here today to tell you. I'm going to tell the truth. Whether people like it or not, you have to stop supporting this immorality. Christians and other religious people have a right to say no. Stop trying to forcibly rape our brains. That's it for this update. Have a good day. From Roger Fredenberg, Radio Roger at AOL.com, or